Well, the thing that got me into the life insurance business was I was in my mid-20s and I answered an ad to become a financial service representative. Didn't really know what that meant, but it sounded interesting to me, so I decided to check it out, and I ended up at MassMutual's doorstep. Thought it was strange when I first went in there and they were talking to me about building a career in the life insurance industry as a 20-something-year-old young man, but I really thought about it long and hard, and exactly what I wanted to do: protect families and be a big part of their security long term. So I decided to take the leap of faith, and glad I did it. The way I came up with the idea for what is now known as Proformex is, as my practice grew, I left MassMutual and went independent, and I was able to sell multiple carriers and products across multiple carriers. And part of my process was annual reviews for all my clients to make sure these policies were performing as intended. Very concerned that something would fall through the cracks, so early on I started looking for software that would help me. Everything I found was pretty much an add-on to a CRM that was really basic, tracking death benefits premiums, but it really wasn't focused on what I needed to do, and that's that long-term maintenance of policies for my clients. So I decided that I needed to build my own technology. And at the time, it was supposed to be for my own firm to help me manage, maintain, and monitor my clients' policies. It worked so well that other advisors asked, "Mike, what are you doing? And how can we utilize it?" So that is what now became, as we all know it, Proformex today. So one of the additional benefits that I found, over and above protecting my clients and monitoring my policies, was it was a way for me to differentiate myself and my practice. While other advisors were delivering policies, I was delivering a process and a procedure to monitor those policies 10, 20, 30 years in the future. The founding principles for why I created Proformex is to protect policyholders and their beneficiaries. At the end of the day, they need to be protected. These policies are complex. They're commitments for 10, 20, 30 years in the future. And, the industry, doesn't really focus on in-force. It's all pre-sale and selling policies. So I wanted to really produce technology that's focused on the end user, the owners, and more importantly, their policy beneficiaries. The word Proformex comes from three words, actually: protect, inform, and exceed. And first and foremost, the protect is nurturing your clients' relationships, making sure you're following through on a commitment you made. Inform means you're going to keep them up to date on how their policies perform and takes the complexity out of it. Makes it simple for them to understand what they own. And exceed, at the end of the day, it's going to be there when they need it. So, we're going to follow through on those promises. The impact I hope Proformex will have on the life insurance industry is really changing it from a reactive approach to a proactive approach for in-force policy management. And again, early on, I had to make a decision. I could have kept the software for myself and just did what I did for my clients, but I knew it was bigger than me. To do that, we really had to get this out to the entire industry, because at the end of the day, if everyone's doing proactive in-force management, policies are going to stay on track. If there's an issue, it's going to be uncovered sooner than later, so that corrective actions can be taken. So again, I hope that we could change the industry for the better and ultimately protect policy owners and their beneficiaries while we're doing it. I see Proformex in the next 3 to 5 years as being the leader for in-force management, really helping advisors and their clients do long-term in-force management of their policies, changing the industry for the better, and really simplifying the complexity for these policies once they go in force, and setting the new standard for the industry so new advisors coming in have a process and a procedure to deal with policies after the sale.